Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sultai Plays Final Fantasy X. And we're now on the ship, the SS Leaky, and we are on our way to Kilika Port.
Word is that summoner's got noble blood.
I heard she's Lord Braska's daughter.
You don't say.
Lord Braska's daughter? So, is Yuna's father famous or something?
She's the daughter of High Summoner Braska. You saw his statue at the temple. Lord Braska defeated Sin 10 years ago. Yuna's the heir to a great legacy.
It's tough when your father's famous.
Huh?
Wakka's a bit lacking in the imagination department.
Huh?
Thanks, Lulu. I'll keep that in mind.
The wind. It's nice. You're a blitzball player, aren't you? From Xanarkin, right?
You hear that from Wakka?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Wakka. Wakka doesn't believe me at all.
But I believe you.
Huh?
I've heard in Xanarkin, there is a great stadium, all lit up, even at night.
Huh?
Great blitzball tournaments are held there, and the stands are always full.
How do you know that?
A man named Jack told me. He was my father's guardian.
Checked. My father. His name is Jecht.
Amazing! You know, our meeting like this must be the blessing of Yevon.
Sounds like him, but it can't be him.
Why not?
My old man, he died. 10 years ago, off the coast of Xanarkin.
I'm sorry.
He went out to sea for training one day, and never came back. And no one's seen him since then.
Why, that's the day that Jecht came to Spira.
But,
It's true, I first met Jecht 10 years and 3 months ago. I remember that was the day my father left. The date fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, but how would he get here?
You're here? Are you not?
doing? Stick a harpoon in him and we'll all get dragged under.
Sin is going for Kilika. We gotta distract it.
Our families are in Kilika. Forgive us, Lady Summoner.
Wait! Oh boy!
And here we go. We have our first boss that's not so easy. So first order of business is actually to set up with cheer. And then try to deal with the sin scales. Best thing to do would be to bring in Waka. Bring in Lulu. And once you've killed 2 sin scales, you want to hold off on the attacks and just keep the sin scale down to 1. So just pass the time by doing things like cheer or healing up. Because right now, our goal is to attack Sin. And Sin can only be attacked with the long-ranged sorts of attacks, like the Blitz Ball of Waka or the Black Magic of Lulu. You don't want to kill this last Sin Scale, because if you do, 3 Sin Scales will be replenished for the battle. So if you go down in terms of like HP because of the sin scales, you can always just use poison. And then, as usual, put all of your attention for Waka and Lulu to Sin. So I'll keep on cheering. And Waka just needs to keep on attacking Sin. And then Lulu just needs to keep on casting some black magic on Sin. So let's keep Lulu healthy using a potion. And let's just keep on using black magic. And then just keep on attacking Sin. So immediately after the Sin battle, we will be actually entering into another boss battle, this time underwater. And the thing about Final Fantasy X is that there are a couple of underwater battles, and Waka and Tidus are two of the possible party members that can fight underwater. So it's quite helpful to actually make sure that Waka and Tidus are reliable party members. So in terms of like leveling up and power leveling the members of the party, it would be advisable to have Tidus and Waka as important party members. So as usual, we start off with the cheer. And let's follow this up with an attack on the Sin Spawn. This particular Sin Spawn uses the Drain Touch, which is nasty because it does heal up the boss by quite a bit. And aside from this, we have to keep ourselves healthy, not going below 200, because the boss will have some sort of irritating attack a bit later on. Would be good to keep Tidus healthy. Keep them above around 200. It's because of this particular attack, the blender attack. So let's again keep us healthy. And then just keep on attacking the Sin Spawn. The Sin Spawn uses Drain Touch, which just extends this battle even further. So I'll use Potion on Tidus. Then we'll do Overdrive next turn. Let's use Swordplay Spiral Cut. Oh, we did it! And that's 391 damage. I usually never get the middle hit for Swordplay. Another blender. We'll have to keep our health up. I'll use Cheer again. And then I'll follow this up with Potion for Tidus. go ahead and I'll do potion on Waka. Just to play it safe. Oh, and we were able to defeat it. Great.
When Sin attacked Xanarkand that day, I woke up in Spira. I kept hoping it would work in reverse, too.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
I was just fooling myself. Maybe it was that day, on the sea, under the burning sun. I started to give up hope. I was in a foreign world. I wasn't going home. This was my new reality, and I was stuck in it for good.
So we arrive at Kilika Port, but things are not looking good. As you can see, Sin has just devastated this particular village.
Greetings. I am the summoner Yuna. I have come from the temple in Besaid.
Oh, Milady Summoner!
If there is no other summoner here, please allow me to perform the sending.
Thanks, BT.
Our loved ones. We feared they would become fiends.
Please, take me to them.
We'll go see what we can do to help in town.
Huh?
So first off, we have to do our save. Let's do another save data. So let's go into town. Let's try to search for treasure. I know it's a bit tone deaf to try and pillage a town that has already been devastated in this particular way, but it would be good to look around.
What's ascending? Are we going somewhere?
You truly are clueless. Are you sure it's just your memory that's the problem? The dead need guidance. Filled with grief over their own death, they refuse to face their fate. They yearn to live on and resent those still alive. You see, they envy the living. And in time, that envy turns to anger, even hate. Should these souls remain in Spira, they become fiends that prey on the living. Sad, isn't it? The sending takes them to the far plane, where they may rest in peace.
Summoners do this? It must be tough, being a summoner.
Yuna chose her own path. She knew from the beginning what it meant. All we can do is protect her along the way, until the end.
Until the end? What's the end?
Until she defeats sin.
Oh.
I hope I did okay.
You did very well. They've reached the far plane by now, but no tears next time.
I wished there would never be a next time. No more people being killed by sin. No more sendings for Yuna. Everyone stood there watching her. It was strange, and somehow horrifying. I never wanted to see it again.
And that's that for our episode today. There's been a lot that we've been able to cover. And honestly, the sending cinematics are probably one of the best in the game, one of the most memorable as well. Just because of how weighty the task is for the summoner. In many ways, the summoner actually acts as a beacon of hope for all of these people who are in many ways suffering directly or indirectly because of sin, and that the summoner's task goes beyond just simply this pilgrimage to defeat sin, but also to do the sending for the dead and to provide this sort of direction, not just for the dead but also for the living. So really, I really enjoyed doing this particular episode because watching the sending really is a nostalgia hit, but also one that is really bearing a lot of weight in terms of the meaning for the whole story of Final Fantasy X. And if there's anything that I always want to go back to and rewatch, it's really this scene. And so thank you very much for coming along on this particular episode and this journey with me. If you liked our episode today, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to continue getting to see more of these videos, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to be alerted for when our next video will come up, make sure to hit the bell icon. That's it for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you next time. My name's Sultai. Bye!